well, a simplified picture of IT environment of one of our customers. I'm not allowed to say who or which customer this is, but this is a real life example. But luckily it's simplified. It still looks pretty messy, so to speak. But that's not the point actually. The point is that the typical secure file transfer project when started is looking or focusing on extranet partners and corporate customers exchanging information from one organization to another, possibly involving private customers as well. But this is more like looking into how do we communicate with the external world. Now, if you recognize the risks in the internal network, then you need to start looking at the other regions as well. So looking at file transfers enterprise-wide. And as the environment with legacy, a lot of legacy from the past years, has many operating systems, many applications, many different types of communication protocols and so forth. This becomes a very complex task. So this is not simply not a straightforward task to accomplish. So that's the real point in this busy slide. Now, the way we have seen our customers looking into this set of challenges. Well, we have followed very closely and supported many customers in their file transfer projects, and there are many specific features and many specific issues each project. If you look at all of them, you can find out a few common nominators, and they have been listed here. So we have basically these three top areas that we see repeating in customer cases over and over again. The first one, the top one, is the starting point typically when implementing secure file transfer. The first thing our customers seem to be doing when they look into this issue the first time, they need to start by performing file transfer inventory and environment mapping. What I mean by this is that they have to start looking at their applications and platforms affected by the risk scenario. Collecting FTP logs, for example, finding out how much FTP or how much telnet is being used internally. This is not a trivial task, obviously. It's easy to ask, well, do we use FTP? Everyone would say yes, we still use FTP. But if you ask, well, where do we use it? How many FTP links do we have active today? It's a whole different question. We also need to analyze our business processes, or the customers will analyze their business processes, trying to find out what is the sensitivity of change, what kind of risks are involved if they have to start changing their application base, their existing scripting environment, and how would this change be managed. They will need to pay close attention to standards to make sure that the new solutions will be interoperable, and obviously plan and document the whole project. Next thing is when actually implementing the host-to-host automated file transfers, which is typically the starting point. So typically the first issue that will be solved is securing host-to-host back office file transfers. Host-to-host can be interpreted here as server-to-server file transfers. So you need to look into script triggered transfers, file transfers that have been made or are being made by legacy scripting environment. You also have typical business applications that are built-in file transfers that either are secure or unsecure. And then you have, many customers have specialist programs, specially developed applications for file transfers, for scheduling file transfers, so-called job schedulers. How to integrate and how to make sure that these are functioning. And last but not least, this is the challenge of securing interactive and ad hoc file transfers. By these, we mean file transfers made by end users and or between end user and servers. So you have a user on a workstation doing a non-scheduled, non-standard file transfer, sending files from his workstation to a server, or pulling data from, for example, your mainframe to the workstation for some ad hoc purpose. And then, obviously, you have also interactive file transfers towards partners and third parties. So, intranet file transfers, extranet file transfers, and so forth. So this is the third area that needs consideration. In the next slides, I will go through all these three areas and explain how SSH Tectia responds to these challenges. What is our view of solving these issues and how we can assist and make it simple and straightforward. But the bottom line is that with traditional tools, securing is very challenging. Environments that we see our customers dealing with are very diverse or heterogeneous. Many platforms, many operating system versions, and so forth. Our customers need to deal with file transfers inside their corporate firewall and outside the corporate firewall. So both scenarios need to be taken into account. There's also the unavoidable fact that encryption, it's good for making secure, making file transfers secure, but there is always an overhead in encryption. Because encryption will consume CPU and will consume computing time. And in many cases, there are strict time windows. File transfers are time critical. For example, a bank needs to send their new currency exchange data to foreign exchange desks within a certain time frame. There's a time window, and files are at times very large. So you need to make sure that even if they are encrypted, they will still meet these requirements. And of course, in the whole project scheme, also the ownership of applications and processes is something that we need to consider because oftentimes the whole file transfer security project will overlap organizational boundaries. So you will involve Windows server team, Unix server team, even the mainframe people. You will have different application owners involved. You go into different application areas to provide security for those. So these need a careful consideration, and obviously what we are trying to do in developing our product is to make this as simple and straightforward as possible. Now, starting from the ways that Tectia overcomes FTP challenges. FTP here as a placeholder for the plain text protocol.